Hi, hello, and welcome back to another very exciting episode of the Nincompoops podcast. We're back, boys, after how many bloody weeks? We're back.
We took 2 weeks off again.
Yeah, we
2 weeks.
took 2 weeks.
Yeah, you guys
Alright.
may be wondering, hey, why do you guys keep disappearing? Is this podcast doomed to fail and end soon?
Because
Yes.
of you. It's you, the viewers, the audience.
Yeah, we never got to
Whoa,
100
we viewer
subscribers. That's
shaming?
all I
We're
need.
viewer. Is this how we're starting off? We're just viewer shaming our people,
Yeah, the
our
few people that
viewers.
do watch us. Yeah.
Wow. You sure
Yeah,
it wasn't some kind of outside forces that made it like we're gonna get for today.
No.
No, they have
Nah,
to listen.
nah. It's done.
Hey,
It's
we
his
see
fault.
we see what makes you guys click on the video. Okay, we were just talking about this right before we started. It's always hentai or porn. You think we do this just because we're horny all the time? No, we do it because we get clicks.
It's the algorithm, man.
Yep.
Okay, looking back, start with episodes 68 and 67, 5 and 8 views, 66 5 views, 60 65 8 views, and then the hentai tag episode 32. Like, what's up with that, huh? You guys are all coomers, so you guys won't give us your taste on coom.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie though. It's I'm also guilty of this of like clicking on thumbnails or videos with titles that are like very, very horny, hentai related stuff. It's just like this is how it is. Sex sells.
Yeah, and then 71 we got randomly got 22 views on that one. We talked about jobs, climate, bidets, pizza, our usual stuff, and I guess that got people's interest. And then the fast food one did 15. I guess people kind of like tier list. It is pretty easy content to do.
Yeah.
It is very easy. Yeah, indeed. So, boys, want to talk about like what the disappearance? What happened in the past 2 weeks? Surely we have like some content to talk about.
I'm just sick and tired of the.
Oh, you second time. Wait. Oh, I was about to ask you, and you just went for it.
But no.
Yeah.
The 2 weeks were,
Yes.
I just didn't give a shit.
You just thought of shit. No, pretty
No,
much
I'm
what
just
happened
kidding.
was like Dean's younger brother
Yeah, we had.
came to
yeah.
visit. Yep. For past
Yeah.
like for like 3 weeks, I think,
Yeah, we're like
on leave from the Air Force. Yeah, two and a half.
So I think it
Yeah.
was like he came back on April 1st. I think it
No.
was. No, it was, or no, yeah, he came back April 1st because I was like 2 Fridays or 3 Fridays ago, and then I think we were planning to hang out then, but then it was the day he was getting picked up, and not everyone could make it, so we canceled that day, and then we hung out on the 8th. No,
Mhm.
sorry, no, not first. The one the Friday before the first,
The
and then the first
25th.
was a Friday again, April 1st, and that's when we hung up.
Yeah.
After, and then last week was the 8th, and we hung out again. Because he's in the military, if you guys don't know, and he was only there for the 3 weeks. So we, since we only have one day to hang out with Paul and
Mhm.
with Paul and Joram actually hung out with us as well.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
What a rare.
Yeah,
rare
we
event.
had Jeffrey and Kenny on. I think on the
On the
first,
first,
but not
The
yeah.
very first Friday we
Yeah.
hung out. Yeah.
Yeah. So, since we only have one day to do anything together, we did not do the podcast. We just hung out instead.
Yeah.
Basically, we did do a podcast, just we didn't record it and broadcast it,
Yeah.
and
That's fine.
we swore way more.
What? I don't know if that was like really a discussion. It's probably just like watching stuff or like playing games. Really.
I mean, we talked a lot. I think the first one we talked a lot.
Did
The
we?
second one, we played more games. Yeah. Yeah,
Probably-
we were in the backyard. We're just on the couch talking shit.
Oh, right.
Yeah, we did that for a while.
Yeah, for like a fair. Oh, yeah, you're right. We did that for like a fair amount. Probably like an hour. So probably like a podcast length.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
we name drop people, so obviously we were if we were to have that same conversation in on the podcast, it'd be way more scuffed. They'd be like, yeah, so this person, fuck that guy. Am I right? What person? No, not that person. The other person I'm talking about. What person? The male. Which male? It just gets confusing.
Of course.
But yeah,
Like we made jokes about like doing like a live recording, but obviously that didn't happen because
We don't
I
have
think
the equipment.
simply Well, that and simply, I think we just didn't want to, because
Yeah.
we're very lazy. All right, it's the Nincompoops podcast. We're not known for having the greatest track record of
Yeah, we're not the
being
greatest
responsible.
podcast. No,
No, I
we're
think
the
we're the
Nincompoops.
greatest.
We're the Nincompoops.
One day we'll be the greatest. One day,
Watch your
once
back, Joe
all right,
Rogan.
watch this video hit like 10,000 views overnight.
Right?
But yeah, that's pretty much been it. Paul's been working literally every other day. We didn't hang out, and then I don't think I talked about this because yeah, it's been a while. I got my answers from grad school, and unfortunately, I didn't get into
All
any
right.
of them. So gonna have to make some
Adjustments.
decisions as to what I'm gonna do. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm planning
Yeah.
to applying again. Planning to apply again in the fall in October. This time I'm applying to way more schools. I'm applying to different programs, so that way I'm not just like focused on just one.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Try to better my chances this time around.
Yeah, last time we only did like three
Yeah,
three schools.
I could only afford three, but now I'm trying to get a full-time job so I
I
can
see.
get more income.
Working more than just 2 days a week.
Yep. I don't know. I applied to Costco around the area. There's a few locations, but I haven't gotten an answer yet.
Hmm.
Thinking about applying maybe to my supervisor position in my job because the one we had for a while quit recently, and
Oh
I'm
shit.
not sure if they filled it already because I haven't applied yet. But if it's still up, I'm probably gonna send that in at some point.
Hmm.
And yeah, just I don't know, just trying to see what my options are for that. But just yeah.
Got you, got you, got you.
There's a Ross. Apparently, there's a building that's being built right now. It's gonna be a Ross. I think I'm gonna wait for that and apply.
Oh, work for Ross.
Yeah. As security.
Security.
Yeah.
I don't know. I always had a bad experience with Ross, especially as a little kid. It's not a bad experience. Probably just like a regular old kid experience. Just being like
As
bored as hell.
Yeah.
And just sitting in the toy section.
I was
Spending
Yeah.
hours in that store.
you know where I was at the furniture section.
The furniture section?
Yeah, because
I-
there's chairs. I just sat on the chair.
Oh, that's true. That's true. But as a kid, I'm always going to like the toy section because like
Yeah.
it's the only part of the store that's like actually remotely like entertaining.
Yeah,
Even if
before I
it's
got a
like-
DS, I used to hate going shopping with my mom, like anywhere. Some stores were better than others. Like I remember I hated Macy's, but I think it was Sears I was okay with because Sears had a video game section, so I would just like go there.
Oh
Yeah.
shit, you're right. You're
I
right.
remember
Yeah.
those.
I think
What a classic.
JC Penney was shit too. It didn't really have anything. I
But-
think.
Mhm.
Of all the experiences, I think Ross is the worst. One time,
Yeah.
Because there's nothing there. Like
One
the
time-
total electronics there too.
One time I was in line with my mom, and she just like, "All right, hang on, I'll just stay in line," and she was there for like an hour.
That dilemma. As a little kid, you just get abandoned in the line to like pay, and they're just like at the front. You're like, ugh. I swear my parents are gonna come back. I swear. And
I
you're
was
just
so
like, you just
happy
start
when I got
sweating
old
bullets.
I was so happy when I got old enough to just stay home. My mom went out shopping. I think I was like 13 when I was like finally able to stay home.
Yeah.
And I was just like thank God because like she goes shopping a lot. Or at least she did
Back in the
before
day.
COVID.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but yeah, she used to go a lot. The only time I would ever be down to go with her if she went to like Best Buy because Best Buy's the shit, or Circuit City back in the day. Remember Circuit City?
I remember Circuit City.
Yeah, I go to the fucking video game section and play wherever
Oh,
I
yeah.
had. It was
I
always
used
a
to
banger
look for
game.
like random.
Donkey Kong, bongo drums, or like the freaking
Mario Kart, Double
GameCube.
Dash,
Yeah,
Rock
yeah,
Band
yeah.
sometimes. Like they always had like bangers,
Yeah.
you know.
Mhm.
Wii Sports, like all that shit. And
I used to find like the
those
randomest
stores.
things in the video game area, and then just
Rise Electronics as well. They always had like a bomber like game section. Like they have like multiple games to play, multiple consoles,
Yeah,
or like even like
yeah.
arcade games.
Yeah, they still do that now, but I think it's a little more annoying to do it now to play games in the stores. But back then, like that's how I found which games to get. Like
I mean,
Mario Sports
I reckon it's because like we're older, so we're able to just like buy our own games and stuff. But like if
there's
you're
that,
we're-
but
as you're a kid,
there was a charm. Yeah, when you're a kid, like no, I remember going to some stores. It was like more annoying to play the games now. Like I think they like time limit you, so you don't get to play as much nowadays.
Oh, damn.
It's been a while for me
Yeah, it's
since
been a
I have
while.
money now, but I think it was like I was like in high school, and I was trying to play a game on the what was the console at the time? Was it the Wii U? I think it was the Wii
Maybe.
U. And I tried playing
Probably.
something on it, and it was only like you can only play for 15 minutes before like the thing restarts, and
Mm.
I think that was lame. But yeah, I used to love like playing games. That's how I discovered so many games like Mario Sports Mix. I think I was in high school when I got that game, and I wanted that game after trying it out at the store, and it was really fun, and I got it.
I
You know
actually
what? Oh,
actually
go
tried
ahead.
out Dragon Ball one of the Tenkaichi at a Walmart,
Mm.
and I was like, holy shit, this shit's fun.
Yeah.
But as a kid, no money. That means can't
No
get it.
money,
Oh
so
yeah, yeah.
you play anything you get your hands on, like any game, even if it's like not something you would be interested in now.
Yeah,
Just
that's
something to pass
why.
the time.
That's why when I was a kid, my mom would give me like jackets. I'm like, I already have like 8 jackets. I don't need a ninth one. You know, just give me money so I can save money for
Same,
games.
same.
Yeah.
Now, like the one of the wildest or like you wouldn't suspect for games to be there would be like when I went to like Bank of America and there's like always like just like uh these two like Game Boy Advances where I'd always play like I think Super Mario World or something like that. It's like weird. I spent hours. Well, it felt like hours to me. But I had a bank though. That's like you wouldn't expect that today, or at all really.
But they did.
Hmm.
They did
They
it big
did.
brain. You know,
Hmm.
here,
Yeah, it
give
makes me
this to your
sad that they
child.
have they're closing so many play places at McDonald's. Like that was like I remember going to the play place one time, and then I think it was when the Wii U, not the Wii U, the Wii was like the console everyone got, and I just saw a GameCube there, and I was just like, and I when all the other shitters were playing the fucking slides and shit, I was on the GameCube playing Double Dash. That was fun as fuck.
I didn't get that chance.
I never saw a GameCube. The most advanced thing I saw there was like an N64.
Oh
That's
really?
it.
Damn.
Yeah, and I didn't even know how to play it.
I guess they're always behind a generation, you know.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I was pretty young, but even then, I had no idea how to like work the controller just because I, I don't have nostalgia for the N64 just because like I'd never owned one and I rarely ever played any games on
Yeah,
it.
the
But
GameCube was my first console, so I just yeah,
GameCube,
same here.
Super Nintendo was my very first console, but it's just like a regular old like the gray and purple like regular old
Yeah, but it wasn't like
classic controller.
it wasn't the console when you were
It
younger.
was
It was
yeah, yeah, yeah. It was like a
yeah.
claw thing. The N64 was, but and not as ergonomic as like a GameCube controller.
Mm.
Yeah, I was having a conversation legit yesterday, Jim, with my coworker about McDonald's actually and
Mm.
why all the play places are gone. Aside from like the whole COVID thing, apparently he said like it's like something to do with like McDonald's just trying to rebrand its image, from like the whole Ronald McDonald clown, how you don't see him anymore, and to make McDonald's seem more like more classy, more like a cafe sort of setting. It's like it's more like
Yeah, I can
sleek,
see it.
sleek designs. Yeah.
Like that's why like back in the day they used to have like that the abstract like design. They had like the pattern. You know that pattern they put everywhere. They put on like on the booths and all the chairs and all
The
that
M.
shit. But then now it's all like sleek and black and gray and
Yeah.
Yep.
all that. Yeah, it looks more like a regular cafe now than it did. Like,
Mhm.
it was colorful back then. And honestly, the clown was probably the worst mascot they could have picked. Like no one fucking likes clowns anymore.
They
Okay,
should
like
have
clowns
put the
are.
Hamburglar. He should have been the guy.
If you're
I don't know if the
if your
Hamburglar would
mascot
have
scares
made.
like half of kids, like it's not a good mascot. Sorry,
I
man.
don't know. I feel so like clowns today scares people, but you think it was like it had that same effect like way back when clowns like were first introduced into the world. Like people were like,
I think.
oh yeah, the clowns.
I
Oh,
think,
that's fucking like funny. That's all. He has like he has a red nose like honk honk, and it's like oh, it's
I think
funny.
the acts were more popular like when they were introduced, but I think like the image of them was what like people were scared of because even back in the day, like the image of a clown would scare people, you know. But it's only until when you kind of get through like oh okay this is just another person, you know. But like and then they do the honk honk and the water flower shit. That's when you're like okay that's kind of cool. But
Yeah.
then
Yeah,
if you're like 4, you don't care how cool it is. The water flower trick is. You're just like ugh, like-
That shit's
so
scary.
like yeah. So people
it is.
have always had fear of clowns. But then nowadays like
It's more synonymous with like horror and all that
yeah.
as opposed
yeah
to being funny.
nowadays why would you like see a clown do funny things when you can just
Why would you like
start
invite a
watching a
clown to
magician.
like your kid's birthday party? You
Yeah,
know?
like no one does that anymore. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know.
Hmm.
I
you would
still
want
think clowns weren't the best.
Spider-Man on your birthday party.
Spider-Man. That is very true. It just fascinates me, like how much society changes and like what is considered cool or funny to like now it's just like that's kind of off. Because like same thing with like you see those like creepy dolls as like in exact same horror films like like Annabelle and all that. But like back then they're like, oh yeah, it's my daughter. It's a toy to play with.
It's pretty
Not
cute.
realizing, not it's cute. Not realizing like 100 years later, I was like, no, that thing's haunted.
Yeah, I think
It's gonna
Yeah,
kill us.
that thing
You
would
think
suck my soul.
maybe it's just like how movies just like change our perception of things. Maybe.
no, I think it's just like the cultural change. You just kind of realize that those things are a little creepy. Like back then, those like the porcelain dolls were like the only thing you had to give your kid.
Oh yeah,
Nowadays, there's so many other different things. You can give them Legos, some shit, you know.
that is true.
Like
That is true.
I think the porcelain dolls that dominated the market back in the day, they aren't so dominant anymore. So we kind of realized, oh wait, these things kind of suck.
Do you think
Like
that'll happen to the Barbie dolls and stuff? Where
oh, like remember the
Or
Bratz
Yeah.
dolls? Those are creepy as fuck too.
Yeah, see, the
But when
Bratz
we were
dolls.
kids, that was like just what girls liked, you know?
yeah,
those ads all those times. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Bratz
Barbie
were
though is
ugly.
like more Barbie's like more of a mainstay than Bratz. It's everyone knows
Yeah, yeah.
Barbie.
Or
So
there were things back then like what were those things called? Like beanie kids, beanie babies,
I think it's called Beanie Babies.
beanie
beanie.
babies. Yeah, those things were like the
I
thing
need
back
I
then.
need
But now
I need to
no one gives a fuck about
I
those.
need to look what those up are again. Oh, those are just like teddy bears and stuff.
Yeah, they're just plushies.
Oh
Remember Care
right.
Bears? Remember Care Bears were a thing?
Yep.
Oh what
Yeah.
the fuck?
Who's to say people won't find those creepy like 10 years from now? You
Yeah.
know?
Speaking of creepy, I just like looked up the Beanie Babies, and the third image on Google is literally like a Beanie Baby being like eaten by like spiders or like a bunch of ants. It's just like, what the fuck? That's some nightmare fuel right there. Now you guys remember Furbies?
Yeah, the
Those,
owls.
yeah, the owl things. I remember those being creepy as a
Yeah,
kid.
I didn't like those either.
I
Yeah,
didn't give a shit.
nah. I remember like McDonald's like would give them away. Like remember like the Happy Meals and all that, all the toys. I think they still do that, but
They still do that, but the good shit gets scalped now, bro. Like they did Pokemon cards after like a decade or some shit, and then they got fucking scalped.
mm,
Whereas when I was a kid, no one was like, we better buy like 100 fucking Happy Meals so we can get all the Pokemon cards.
hmm
That wasn't a thing back then.
Yeah, it was like, all right, I'm getting a Happy Meal for my kid, so he can have the
I think
Pokemon cards.
I think
Yeah,
the coolest toy I got from like a Happy Meal was like a Spyro like handheld game thing. It was like
I can't remember.
a legit like small video game where you just like go through doors and stuff. It was like it wasn't a good game, but as a little kid back then, you're like, oh, this is great, this is amazing.
bro. I'm not sure if they still do this, but they used to put toys in cereals. I'm not sure if they do this because I don't get cereal anymore. But remember when they used to put stuff in cereals, like
I remember
race
that.
cars?
Yeah,
They put like little mini game consoles there too.
yeah.
Yeah, that was one of the most exciting things as I was a kid. Just like, oh,
Yeah.
let's get fucking Frosted Flakes, and maybe I'll get one of the mini Xbox consoles. You know, there was the games were. I'm pretty sure the games if I were to play them now, I probably hate it. But like,
Oh
yeah,
fuck! That just reminds me of freaking like it wasn't as long ago, but like freaking like Jeffrey. Like I remember he would when I think like Gears of War 3 came out or something. I don't know. I never played Gears of War, but the freaking he would like always go to like stores just to, like go to like the frozen food section to get like just like scan codes like of like pizza rolls, like Tortino's pizza rolls. Just like all right, trying to get the codes for like Gears of War.
damn,
Yeah,
that's commitment right there.
that's
Yeah,
commitment.
remember, it's like, I don't know which Halo it was, but if you buy like, I think it was Monster Energy, you can get like a free code. or
You don't have to
Mountain
Mhm.
Dew.
buy it. I feel like it's like a missed opportunity. You know, like just have like, team up with the food frozen food company. Be like, hey, make sure that make it so that we when they can scan the code for our thing, but then they also have to pay for your thing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. Jeffrey is. I was so surprised to learn how like much of a Gears of War fanboy he was because I think he bought like an Xbox controller that was like a Gears of War edition for like an extra like $40 or something.
Extra
He bought,
$40.
yeah, because and then he has like like a shit ton of figures and posters on his wall of Gears of War. Yeah, I don't know. I just like I know there are people who collect stuff and are really big into one franchise exist, of
Yeah,
course.
yeah.
But I've never seen someone so dedicated to a franchise like Jeffrey has.
Mm.
That I know
I
of
mean,
anyway. Unless one of you guys collect
there
something.
definitely is people like far more dedicated. And yeah,
I mean, yeah,
I
but people
forgot.
that I
Yeah,
know, like
yeah.
no one's more dedicated than that for than Jeffrey is to Gears of War.
That is true. Then again, Jeffrey has also been like kind of like off the map as well. So no, on a rare, but aside from the rare occasions where we hang out at Dean's house on like a for like a day, like I haven't been to like Jeffrey's house in a while, so I had no idea
Yeah,
like
same
that,
here.
the posters and all that.
I
But
mean, the last time I was
yeah,
there, he had a lot of posters and figures and shit.
hmm.
Yeah,
He's definitely into collecting that sort of stuff. Yeah.
yeah.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, like as long as he's okay with it, I just like collecting is just one of those hobbies you have to really you got to spend money on. Like
Hmm.
like anime figures is something that I would get some myself if I had the money for it, but I just
Hmm.
other than the space, I don't see myself collecting like, oh, I really love Konosuba, better buy a figure for every character because I love the series. I don't see myself doing something like that, but
I
this is a very
that,
expensive hobby.
it is a very expensive hobby, and that kind of surprised me that you say that, Jim, because I viewed you like not as someone who like would go out of their way to like buy stuff, but
Yeah,
would definitely like would be like more interested in like buying like posters or like figures and
I mean the posters things
the
for
regular read
decoration.
stuff.
It's just for decoration, but for figures, I'd only. Yeah, like I'm not a waifu guy, so I don't care to buy figures of waifus because I just do not care.
About
But
husbandos.
for characters I think are cool. Like I'm like, damn, this character's badass. I would buy a figure for them,
Hmm.
but I wouldn't try to collect the entire like oh these are all the characters, and they have a figure and I have to get one for each of
Yeah,
them.
the whole
That I
collection
don't
and all
care
that.
about.
Yeah, I
Like if
get
I like
that.
the character, I would get a figure for them. Like
Mhm.
like I have a Lelouch figure I bought from Fanime from the last one we went to, and I bought an amiibo for Robin from our Fire Emblem because I wanted the bonuses in three houses.
Mhm.
Where is he? Where did he go? I think my cat's killed him again. Oh,
All right. Well, hello, Dean. How you doing? I was wondering what you were doing earlier with the whole like banging on your knee.
Which one?
yeah. This is my amiibo.
Oh, I was
I
scratching Cloud.
these are a lot
Ah.
smaller than I thought they'd be, and they're kind of shit. So,
Yeah, didn't you say the
I,
bonuses for three houses like kind of crap when you got for what you got?
yeah, I for this I unlocked the soundtrack for the last fight in Fire Emblem Awakening.
Nice.
That
Ah,
could only use I could only use in non-story battles. So
you alternatively you could have just like gone on YouTube and just played that in the background as well.
no, I
Done
want
it
it
for
in the
free
game. I want it in the game while I
in the
play.
game.
It feels more epic. Okay, it's like meeting.
Is
We
it
play like
though? Is it really that much more epic? I think you're just like deluding yourself and just like trying to justify your purchase.
that's
I think
stupid. Why would
that
I have the music?
that sounds like some copium.
Why would I
That sounds
mute
like some major copium to me.
why would I mute the song or turn out the music in the game? Get my iPad, turn on the music for that song while I'm playing them on my Switch. No, I want it all in one. Like that feels more real than me.
Sure, but
And plus, I
how much
thought
did
the
you
figures
pay
would be
that
bigger.
amiibo for though?
I think I'll pay like $20 for this.
$20. He paid
Yeah.
$20. He could just gone on
I thought it
YouTube.
was bigger when I looked on Amazon. I thought it would be like this big, but no, it was only this. So
He got like a
I was
toy
wrong.
size figure and just got like a soundtrack that he literally just could have gone on YouTube for.
Well, at least now I know that amiibos are kind of shit, and so I don't have to buy it anymore. You know,
Are amiibos?
there are people who buy amiibos like all the time, and you know, good for them. But I think they kind of suck.
Are amiibos still a thing? Did Nintendo still make them, or
They still make them. I don't know what the fuck they're used for. Like I know you can use it in Smash. I just don't know what they do.
I just remember
You
they
know?
were like really big back in the day when they first came out. Like people were like collecting those like crazy.
At least amiibos. I think I still always stand by this though. Amiibos are way better than fucking Funko Pops. I think Funko Pops are the ugliest fucking figures that anybody can buy, and I think the only reason why people like them is because like they have the perception that they're rare or something, or like a character they like is like there for a limited time, and they have to get it before other people get it or some shit like that. I think they're ugly as shit. They cost like $1 to produce, but they get sold for like $10 at retail, and you can resell it for like $100. I think that shit is all stupid because they're ugly as shit.
I can
But
agree with
yeah,
that. I can agree with
yeah.
that.
I just
Funko
do
Pops
not
are
get the.
not. Yeah, they're
I
just.
have a friend whose brother like bought like 300. I'm not joking. Like 300 Funko Pops, and he just he doesn't take them out because the thing you're supposed to do is just keep them in the box to keep them in mint condition, and he just stacks them on his bedroom wall, and the boxes they don't even look good. They're ugly as shit too. I just don't get it with that.
Yeah, I can agree. I have a Funko Pop sitting on my windowsill that I got as a Christmas gift from way back when, back in the previous Dino household. And
Yeah,
it's just like, who was it? Randy from like South Park, like I guess. I don't know why.
yeah.
Why that was against me as a gift, but like, all right. I couldn't say no. I didn't want to be
Yeah,
that
so
guy,
if any of you guys watching this ever become a friend of mine, and you want to give me a gift, don't give me a fucking Funko Pop, okay?
Give
You
him
will not
Funko
be my friend
Pops. He
anymore.
loves it. He loves Funko Pop.
Stop.
Damn.
You will not be a friend anymore, okay? Just don't do it. Give me something useful like a gun, okay? Just do
A
that.
gun?
Don't.
Holy shit. That's not where I expected it. I was about to say, some more Takis. Like he's the guy in the background.
Yeah, my brother loves Takis, bro. Or
Takis are
my mom. At least
beautiful.
my mom thinks he does. I don't know. I think Takis are kind of overrated.
I like the white ones.
I
The ones.
I hear a lot of good things about Takis. I don't know. Maybe I'm just like too much of a Hot Cheetos like kid or fanboy or something. But I'm just like it's all right to me.
Like
I
a
like.
little hotter, but I just hate the fucking aftertaste. It's just
It's
not
not
good.
even about like the spice or anything. Because
Yeah,
let's be honest, Hot Cheetos are not that hot. But it's just like the taste. It's like
I like
it's
the
just
yeah.
not
ones
there
with
for
I
me.
just
Walmart.
don't see it. Like people usually put Takis in like the top tier of chips, but I don't get it. I just don't get it. It's just like a rolled up tortilla chip that you just put in spice. And that's it. It just I don't know. The texture is nothing special. The flavor is nothing
Salt and
special.
vinegar. And
Yeah.
those are the best.
That just means we have the superior taste buds, man. When it comes to
I
like
mean, we
chips.
did put In-N-Out low on the tier list.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Joram says Takis are mad for me too. Yeah, like I just don't
See?
get crazy about them.
Like my younger sister gets them. I'm like, normally when it comes to like chips, I'm like, all right, I have to like fight back the urge to eat chips because I just like it's my weakness. It's my kryptonite. I always want to eat chips. That's why like I refuse to buy it on my own just because I know I'm just gonna be like munching on it. But if it's there, like I'll eat it. With Takis though, I'm like, it's probably like one of the few chips where I pretty much more or less just leave alone.
Bro.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
I barely eat chips. Someone buys me chips and is like, yes, I'm gonna eat it later. A year from now. Oh shit, that's the chips. Oh shit, I forgot about these.
I wish that were me. It's legit my weakness. I can't not eat chips.
Unless it's salt and vinegar, that shit's.
I'm telling you, I just like the texture. I just like the crunch on it. Like even though I'm not
Yes.
like particularly hungry, I just like the feeling of just you know.
Mhm.
And usually usually like potato chips are my go-to. I think potato chips are better than corn chips. Okay, corn chips are kind of all right.
Mhm.
But yeah,
Now, if you get the sweet corn chips.
Yeah, no, I just get this like weird guilty feeling after I eat chips. Like, depending on the chips, like right now downstairs we have like barbecue lays, which are like I used to not like as a kid, but I've gone to like grown to like really like them now. And I think the Himalayan salt chips from Costco as well. Is what we got.
Those are delicious. Yeah,
Those are delicious.
but they get
Just
tiring to bite though. It gets annoying
yes,
to bite.
you do get really tired of it. I like the texture, but I do get really tired of it, especially if because it's such a big bag. It's a good value. It's such a big bag, but because there's so many, it suffers from the opposite problem that I have with Pringles, and that I never have enough Pringles. It's because the can is just like so limited.
Mhm.
But here's like, it's too many chips, and then after a while, I do get tired of it. And after sometimes like I eat a meal, I'm like, you know what? I could like snack on a few, and I eat some chips. I'm like, after like eating a lot, I'm like, I feel guilty, or like that. I do not feel good after eating all those chips. I do not feel satisfied. I just feel like, why did I do that? I added a bunch more unnecessary calories, and I didn't even enjoy the experience. I don't get it. It's
Yeah,
just this weird. I don't know what mindset or something.
Yeah, can't relate. I barely eat chips.
I wish I
Unless
I wish I
eat
had that
chips very
power.
often, but
Actual
that's why I
potato chips.
don't. That's why I don't buy it. If I were to buy it, I'm gonna go through that bag really quickly, just because
Yeah.
I like biting it. Yeah.
Yeah, even if I
Mhm.
buy it myself, I'm just like I stare at it and like, all right, I'll see you in a few months because I'm gonna forget.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, again, the only reason why we
You're
have
not
chips in
really a
my house is
snacker,
because
right? Like you don't really eat snacks. You just like eat meals, right?
Yeah,
I eat meals, yeah. And
Yeah.
meals.
if there a snack is there, then I'll eat it after or like during the meal.
I think chips are like one of the better snacks. Like I think a lot of snacks are like kind of whatever. Like cookies, I don't care for them. Like or whether it's Oreo cookies or Chips Ahoy, whatever the fuck. I don't care for sweet ones. And then some other types of snacks are like whatever. Like Ritz crackers, I don't care. I don't feel too strongly about those either way.
Yeah,
I
nah,
don't.
nah.
I
Oh
don't
damn,
think
I'm
they're.
an old person. I like the Ritz crackers. Like
I like saltine crackers for some
yeah,
reason
and
though.
saltine crackers.
Yeah,
Man,
saltine crackers I'm
Agreed.
down for, but not Ritz crackers. Ritz crackers kind of like oh,
You reckon like saltine
it's
crackers
alright.
seem like more like old people food,
Yeah,
but I like those more than the Ritz. Yeah,
yeah.
the
yeah
Ritz is
yeah
just something I would like snack on if it's legit the only thing there. I'm like, all right.
yeah
I like
yeah
I like
yeah.
I like them. I grew up with them, so like
I grew up on
Ritz.
them too, but I was never crazy about them.
I'm not crazy about them. It's just like
Now,
oh
now, if it's like the little Ritz with like cheese, those things are a lot better than just like the bigger round Ritz.
yeah,
Mm.
for sure.
Yeah,
Like the
yeah, like the cheese
Cheez-Its,
bites.
Cheez-Its,
I don't think
cheese
I don't
bites.
think I've had those.
Oh, Cheez-Its, I think are too much cheese, like too much cheese flavor. I need like the cracker to like balance it out for me.
Yeah, I'm just an old
Um,
person. Like
yeah, but
saltine
yeah,
crackers.
I don't really snack only because like when I, when I just want something to bite on, it's bad to eat all the time.
It's funny. I've been like having like the Cheez-Its or like some kind of like those weird obscure snacks at the airport because like I don't know if I should be saying this, but sometimes like we're just like when we're like cleaning up the plane, we're just like, all right, what's some snacks here we can like procure from the aircraft and just
Peanuts.
like peanuts. You see a lot of peanuts. I've seen like hot Cheetos. I've seen like popcorn. I've seen like Cheez-Its definitely. I've seen like definitely pretzels. Most of the other guys just like take
Well,
like
yeah,
the soda.
pretzels are good snacks. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
take the soda cans. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, a lot of
Not
people for
not
some reason
chocolate
don't
pretzels, just the regular
the
old.
regular old pretzels. Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember back in like elementary school when we had like I would go through the lunch line and I'd like be given like some chips or something, and usually just be like, or the snacks would be like pretzels. People were like did not like those for some reason, but I was
Or like
like,
the Rhodes Golds or whatever the fuck it was.
Hell
yeah,
yeah, dude. I used to
something
I
like
used
that. Yeah,
to
I had those. I enjoyed these.
Yeah, that's alright.
Yeah,
But you know what's underrated as a snack? Uh, Dry cereal. Okay, I think dry cereal is pretty good, and often
it depends on the cereal for me.
I never feel like I need milk with it.
frosting
I think
flakes.
like
That
honey
used to
bunches
be
of oats. The bunches are pretty good for
Well,
like a dry snack.
that is a bomb ass cereal. I always enjoy having that.
It is a top tier cereal.
Yeah,
I only had
I had that. I
uh
have that with my milk though. I enjoy it.
I only
Mini
had
wheats. I think mini wheats are a lot better without cereal than they are with cereal.
mini wheats.
they're like the fucking rectangular shits with like the frosting on one
Yeah,
side.
yeah.
Nah, I had to
Yeah.
get milk on that one. It just gets too dry, and then I'm just like, it's just like a Popeye's biscuit. It need something.
Oh, like Apple Jacks or Fruit Loops, they're pretty good dry as well.
They can be eaten dry. Yeah, I think
Like,
that's
I
like
don't know.
personal
I think
preference.
wet cereal is kind of overrated too.
I think
I feel
I
like
think
you can just
I
eat it
was
by yourself.
like I was too used to Frosted Flakes to even try Apple Jacks. I was like,
Yeah, Frosted Flakes ruined cornflakes for me. Like, I can't eat cornflakes. I'm just like, well, I could just eat Frosted Flakes. Those are like the same shit but better.
I know.
You know?
The one cereal that I always had to eat dry if we had it. We eventually before we stopped was like Fruity Pebbles, because you put
Never.
milk in that. You put milk in that stuff, it gets wet or soggy so fast.
Never liked
Rice
Fruity
Krispies are
Pebbles.
pretty decent dry as well.
Never had Rice Krispies as a cereal.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I
If
enjoyed
you put a
those.
little bit of milk, it's really nice. Because one of the things I hate is when the fucking milk to cereal ratio is off. Like, I hate it when there's too much milk. I'd rather have more cereal than milk than milk.
Yeah,
than
yeah,
cereal.
yeah.
Yeah.
I barely put milk on my cereal.
Yeah, like if you want it to be like not dry, you just put like a dash of it, you know, and then just reuse the milk for like the bottom or the top layer or whatever the fuck
Yeah.
it is you're eating from.
I mean, sometimes I just reuse the milk if I want to get like a second bowl. And it's just like I just don't drink up all the milk. And it's like, all right, put
Yeah,
more,
yeah.
then add some
Yeah,
more
like-
milk on top. Yeah.
Yeah, like who the fuck? What kind of psychopath eats like? Okay, this is half milk, half cereal. This is the perfect bite. No, no one does that. You just scoop that shit. It's mostly
like-
cereal and like a little
It's
bit
like
of milk.
80%
Okay, that's what.
cereal, 20%.
Yeah, that's how everyone eats it. No one fucking
Yeah.
has to like min max fucking eating cereal. You know?
There's probably someone out there that does. You can't say there's no one. There's probably
Yeah.
you know there's someone
Yeah,
out there. There's
Well,
some psychopath that does
who's
it.
Not a psychopath.
Unless
does
you're
that,
like
okay?
at a restaurant where they serve you the cereal and you see your cereal fucking
There's-
drowning.
What kind of like restaurant are you going to where they just like serve cereal?
I have no clue. I'm just saying.
The only time you probably like see that is like if you're like at a buffet or like you know
Yeah,
the,
I'm not gonna lie. I
going
think
to like a hotel and you're just getting like you know the breakfast in the morning.
imagine pulling up to like a Red Lobster and you're like, I'll have the cinnamon toast crunch, please.
The Red Lobster cereal.
Chicken crunch. That's probably like you know something related to like Red Lobster and like the sea and the ocean.
Yeah, and then because it's Red Lobster,
was
they put like
the
the
cinnamon-
twist is it's clam chowder.
What was the cinnamon cereal?
cinnamon toast crunch?
Yeah, that one. That one's pretty
Yeah,
good.
that was top tier as well.
Like that one.
My siblings used to like Kix. You remember Kix?
No,
It's like the yellow round thing.
kicks.
Hey, how do you spell that?
Kix, I think.
Kix.
My siblings loved that cereal, and I always hated that one. That one always was always shit to me.
That looks.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I've seen this.
Yeah, I've have seen it. I also when I typed up kicks, I also just got the metal band as well at the same time. I think I may have had that like once and thought it was like all right.
I usually step away from like fruity cereal.
Yeah, that's why I didn't have very strong feelings for like Fruity Pebbles.
Yeah.
I liked Apple Jacks for a bit when I was a kid, and Fruit Loops were like all right. I most like the color really more than this.
I
Yeah,
just
yeah,
hated
yeah.
the smell. The smell and then the taste. It was just like, oof.
What for like Fruit Loops?
Any of the fruity ones.
Really?
Yeah.
I never had a problem with the smell. It was just like
You guys remember Crave cereal? The one with chocolate inside?
I
Kmart
do.
one? What is it?
I do not.
Kellogg's.
The only
Kellogg's.
how do you spell that?
Crave with a K.
Arave. Oh, these look like fucking the Hello Panda treats with fucking. Yeah, they look like the chocolate Hello Panda.
Yeah.
snacks.
They do. Yeah.
Yeah.
These weren't bad. I would have like a little bit of this mixed with my cinnamon toast crunch.
Mhm.
I used to mix cereal. That's why.
Well, from the box art or the box promotion, it looks pretty good, but I don't. I wouldn't know how that actually tastes.
Now just looking at this, now it's like I don't want to eat this. It looks too sugary.
You know what I've never had? I've never had a Captain Crunch. I don't know if that's good or not.
Captain Crunch.
Yeah.
Really?
I think it's Captain Crunch. That's how it's
Captain
spelled.
Crunch.
Crunch with a K, I think. Or no, it's with C.
Yeah, just Cap and
You know what?
Yeah,
now
I've
that
never
you
had it.
Actually, now that you mention it, I don't think I had that either.
Me either.
Just looking at it, I just don't know. I just looking at the show, it just does not appeal to me. I don't know why.
It looks very empty and sad.
And Lucky Charms, way too much sugar, bro. Even as a kid who was okay with sugar back then, I was just like, nah, this.
I agreed. I just like even looking at the ads, it looked like a fun ad, but I'm like,
It's
I like all the parts that wasn't like the sugar.
Yeah, it's like one thing to have the marshmallows be sweet because it's marshmallows. Of course, it's gonna be sweet. But to have the fucking regular fucking charms be sweet too, or what the fuck it was. It's like it's OD too much.
It's just pure sugar. I mean, like cereal in and of itself, it's not like very healthy as like a breakfast food. I don't know why that was like the mainstay of American breakfast. Like, we're having dessert for breakfast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Lucky Charms, like, look, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, that ain't good to eat fucking for breakfast, okay? Everyone knows that. But at least when you bite into Cinnamon Toast Crunch, you're like, all right, it's like a little sweet, but it's not too bad.
Mm-hmm.
With Lucky Charms is like, all right, see this one fucking gallon of sugar, you're downing this shit for breakfast. Good luck, like it's too much, man.
What was it, the Cookie Crisps?
Oh, those.
Oh, the cookie cereal?
Yeah.
Yeah, the one with the wolf and all that.
We got that one time for this household, and you would think it's better than it is, but it's not. You would think it's good, but it's not. It's whatever.
I've only had this.
Very underwhelming.
Without,
I've also only seen it in my household once as well.
I've only had this without milk, and it was all right. Frosted Flakes is still my go-to cereal.
For me, it's still
Honey Bunches this video episode as well. It's just so much.
Unintentionally,
Yeah.
Yeah, but for me, it would be like Honey Bunches of Oats. I haven't had that in a while just because I've been avoiding milk, just as I've gotten more lactose intolerant over the years. But funny enough, we're talking about cereal because I had cereal for the first time in forever this morning.
So you're
after
lactose intolerance.
Yeah, for the almonds more or like the regular Bunches of Oats? Because those are the two in every store. There's like other flavors.
Yeah. I don't think I was like very particular in either one. They're like both pretty good to me, but I think I don't think I minded almonds.
Yeah, we got the strawberry one time, and it ruined the formula. I think it was just too much.
Oh yeah, no. I usually just stick with like original. I'm like very plain. Like I do the same thing with my chips as well, or like French fries. It's just like I like to stick with the originals.
Yeah,
same with my cereal.
When it comes to potato chips, I like 4 flavors: regular, barbecue, sour cream and onion, and then salt and vinegar. Salt and vinegar one is the most controversial one because a lot of people don't like it. But
I also do not like salt and vinegar. It's not for me.
But yeah, I get regular the most. Barbecue I liked when I was younger more, but then I think I'm the opposite of Paul on this one. Where as I got older, I kind of realized that I get tired of the barbecue flavor really quickly. Whereas with like regular potato chips, I just I can eat that all day, but I won't get sick of it. But with barbecue, I'm like, okay, this is getting a little repetitive. Okay, Salt and vinegar. Oh, Jerem's a big fan of that too. I don't know, maybe it's like a Filipino thing, and then I ate a lot of salt vinegar chips from JC back in the day. Then I just got the taste for it now. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I very rarely see salt and vinegar in my household when it comes to chips. It's either like barbecue or like sour cream and onion.
Yeah, when they were experimenting on the new flavors for chips, like I tried some of them and they were great.
Remember Lace would like, hey, you could win something if you create the right flavor for the chips.
Yeah, they had like competitions. They had competitions about those like back in the day.
Yeah, that was like I think it was more of a thing in high school. I think. I think the most popular one was chicken and waffles, right? That was the winner.
Yeah,
like everything.
That was.
But really? I think it was like sriracha or honey sriracha or some shit as well.
Sriracha, the chicken and waffles, and something else.
Yeah, I think chicken and waffles was the one that won.
Are you guys the wavy kind or the classic?
What for like Lay's or?
Yeah.
I like Ruffles more than Lay's.
Yeah.
I think I prefer Lay's
Lay's
over
wavy is like a
Ruffles.
shitty Ruffles.
For sour cream and onion, I prefer the Ruffles.
Sour cream and onion, I prefer Pringles. I don't know why. It's just Pringles just do it right for that one.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Normally you think from my taste on the texture for the Ruffles, I would like that way more than the original, but for some reason I just don't. I just prefer the original Lay's over it. I can't explain
Uh,
why.
Between the Ruffles
Maybe
and
because it's
the
It, it,
thin.
it's thinner and just it feels like yeah, I don't know. It just feels like too much for the Ruffles for me. It's just like too much chip, which is like I understand a really weird argument.
See, I can't agree with that because when I eat chips, I'm not getting like one little chip. Like, oh, good chip today, boys. You know, I grab like a couple, fucking throw that shit.
Also grab a couple too, but
It's
then
like grabbing one Pringle. Who does it?
jokes
You get
on
like
you
three or
guys.
four
I'm doing
together.
this in the year
well for the Pringles I
3000.
do grab one at a time. I mean I grab a bunch at once, but I just like eat one at a
You
time.
like do it with your pinky up as well. Just
Jokes on
I'm
you
very,
guys. I do it.
very fancy.
I do it
I
in the
am.
future where you just fucking crumple it into tiny pieces and snort it.
Oh no. I hated or never understood people who like would just crunch up the chips in the bag and just like open it, like eat it that way. I'm like, how? Why would you do that? It just like ruins the experience.
that's what people did to Mama Noodles back in my elementary school. Like if you had Mama Noodles, you were the cool kid for that day because people just crunch that shit up and then just fucking
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
get that. I mean I get that because it's like it's a little bit easier compared to like the whole like square thing, just because like you take a bite out of the square, like there's a huge possibility of a bunch of those noodles just like flying everywhere with each bite, and you're just like wasting noodles at that point. And if you're buying like freaking like mama noodles, like you're most likely Asian, so you're like taught not to waste food and all that.
Yeah. You know
Thanks.
what's a
How do
delicious
you guys
snack?
feel about the
Oh, go ahead.
baked lays?
I am not a fan of the baked Lays as much. I know
Nah.
it's the healthier one, but baked hot Cheetos aren't bad. I like baked hot
I've never
Cheetos.
had baked hot Cheetos, so
Really?
yeah.
They were like everywhere back. They
one
were
at
everywhere
school.
back in high school.
I didn't give a shit. I didn't buy I didn't buy snacks. I just like all right. I'll just go eat.
I know you didn't go to school here for a while. I forgot when it is you came here, but in elementary they would give out like at the lunch line they would just give out fucking
Yeah.
baked hot Cheeto
I
bags.
wasn't here for
Yeah.
elementary. I was here for middle school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think the baked hot Cheetos for when I first had them, I didn't like them compared to the original. But I think just like it eventually just grew on me. So I'm like, all right, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
But I definitely preferred like the original over the baked, even like the baked hot Cheetos.
Yeah, I think it's just because of the texture, really. Because they still use the same salt and everything. It's just the texture is different.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
yeah. It's just like I mean, at the end of the day, all food is just like a vehicle for spices and salt. You know, it's really all it is. And I think the baked chips are just I don't know. They just feel a little too hard, I guess. Like when you bite into that shit, like it doesn't even like crumble that much compared to like a regular Lay's chip. I don't know.
hmm
Didn't we sell the baked hot Cheetos at ROTC? Says Jerome.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure we may have.
Yes.
If we did,
No, we did not sell the baked hot Cheetos. We
Was
just
it
I remember.
regular hot
I remember
Cheetos?
yeah, it was just regular hot Cheetos.
the regular like small bags because yeah. If we did sell the baked ones, they probably rarely sold then. We did sell them. I just remember like the regular originals were like far more popular, were being sold at a greater rate if they were there. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what we made a lot of money off? I mean, not we, as in we did, as we saw any of that money. But the fucking cup noodles, those made Commander so much fucking money.
It was
Because
just
I think he charged like $1.50, I think, for
was
each
it
one.
$1.50? I thought it was just $1. I thought
Hey, Jordan, do you remember? Was it $1 or $1.50? I think it was $1.50.
for sure it was $1, and then bro, it was just
And
such
then
a
each one is like
lifesaver.
30 cents, right? Yeah. Like,
was just a
and that's why we got so many customers, like, for like the first 2 years.
It was just like, all right, I'm hungry. What's in the Gita?
Was
Oh,
it
they have
$1?
cup of noodles.
Okay.
Here, take my $1. I'm gonna grab this cup of noodle, put some water, and then fucking microwave that shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then the freaking outside kids like took up the microwave line, so we couldn't heat up
Yeah.
our food. Or not my food, like JC food that would proceed to eat after it was done heating up. But
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's crazy. When did we start getting
it
like?
became so popular that the school stopped us from selling them. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. I remember they
Yeah.
stepped in. Yeah,
I remember the musubi dealings that me, Kenny,
the Musubi black market.
yeah, me, Kenny, Big Ron, Danny used to do. We'll wake up.
There's like always like someone doing it like each year.
Yeah, it's always like even when people graduate, so someone steps up to the plate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember. I think my senior year, I think the Musubis at school were like $3. So like
Oh
they weren't entry level like $1 Musubi.
That inflation, bro.
I know.
Yeah,
I
they
sold
were
mine for
bigger though.
$1.
It was like two Musubis put together, but yeah, it got expensive.
Bro, you had to like request something to make like your own musubi. I remember one of our friend um ordered like a musubi, like it's like a stack musubi kind of thing, and we only sold that shit for like $3. It wasn't much, but we did it for the memes back then.
The memes.
Yeah.
Is that what happened? Cause
Yeah.
I never got into the Misumi market. I wasn't even like a buyer. I just like observed that it happened and knew it existed, but that's it.
Yeah.
I mostly got people to buy one for me. But yeah, it was there. It was just one of those things where like a lot of faculty knew, even though they were supposed to crack down on it.
Yeah, I
But
remember the Japanese teacher would be like, "Hey, you can't sell this," but then my buddy would like just buy it from the Japanese class anyways. I would stay there because I used to have Japanese class third period, and then it would be break, and I'd just stay there for a little bit longer, and then like, yo, here's the deal right here. Here's the stuff. Here's the goods. Here's the goods. And guess what? Everyone else is selling theirs for $1.50. These bad boys are only $1. Think about it.
Damn, undercutting the
bro.
competition.
I'm not even making profit from this. I just want you fed.
Yeah.
But then you really are making profit from it.
Yeah,
That's so funny.
yeah.
You know what else I hated doing? I made a stupid choice to join a club my freshman year, and after my freshman year, I didn't join any clubs because I was just like, nah, I ain't dealing with this shit. Um, they we were supposed to be doing like a fucking field trip, and the club was like me, Jorm's cousin, one guy who's our mutual friend, and then the guy who was at the club, every fucking meeting, and we were supposed to have like a trip or something, and then. I remember they go to the three of us into selling, and then I had to sell the snack box because it had like Rice Krispies, fucking random chips, and there's some doo doo items that no one would buy. And I'm just like, why is this item here? What the fuck? It's like you're selling chocolates, and then one of them is like a fucking Raisin Bran cereal bar. It's like, why would you? No one's gonna buy the Raisin Bran cereal bar. No one's gonna fucking.
Probably like some kind
Why
of
would you
like deal
do
with the
this?
company. Like we had like some of these.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, how the fuck am I just gonna start selling my second box if you're gonna make me sell this garbage? And so once I sold my first box, I was just like, I'm done, and that was it. I made the club money, and then we never went anywhere, So
Oof.
I made the club money for no fucking reason, and I had to do use my own labor to do it, and I had to sell garbage too. Fuck that shit. I always hated.
crazy.
I couldn't.
Did you ever manage to sell the raisins, or were you just like forced to buy it yourself, just to get rid of the box? 'Cause I know that's what they.
I sold it for a discount, and I just like covered the rest.
Okay, all right. Because I know like some pyramid schemes, whenever that happens, where you're like forced to sell stuff, it's like sometimes like you just end up like buying your own product because like no one would buy, so you just end up losing money from it.
It was shit.
Mhm.
And I ended up losing money because again, the money I made off that one box never went anywhere. I remember having to sell the chocolate bars for RGC, but at least it was all chocolate. It wasn't like some random fucking item no one wanted.
Those were pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
For some
yeah.
reason,
Yeah, the world's finest, right? That was the brand.
yeah.
I like the caramel. That was
Oh
like my favorite. That
yeah.
was my go-to. That was my favorite.
God damn, dude. I'm like sweating all the time. Like, should I use my own money to buy?
like I don't have a sweet tooth, and I rarely get like tempted by like chocolate or like sweets and all that. But for some reason, like candy, I'm like every now and then, like even back then, like I'll
It
have
had
one.
to have
I'll have one.
cocaine in it. It had to have cocaine.
Some addictive properties, man, that make us
Yeah,
want
I
it.
don't really have a sweet tooth either, but certain foods just get me. Like smoothies, for example. I think smoothies are delicious. I love the texture and fruit and all that.
Unless you get
And like
unlucky.
cheesecake, I like cheesecake. Of all the desserts, cheesecake's delicious to me.
Unless you get unlucky and you just trying to suck on the cup and nothing's coming out. It's just like
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Like an ice gets stuck in the straw.
Yeah.
Too. I hate that shit.
that's like my worst thing with smoothies. Just
Milkshakes are pretty good for me as well. I enjoy those.
Milkshakes are very hit or miss for me. Only because some places just make it like way too fucking sweet. Like Sonic's, for example. I'm not a big. I'm not big.
Or like ordering like milkshakes from like In and Out every now and then, just because like I enjoyed it.
In and Out. Oh, I never tried a shake from there.
They're probably very mediocre, but it made me happy, so I was like, it was enough for me.
I tried the Shamrock Shake from McDonald's. I thought that was good, only because it was like mint and no chocolate. And then, when it comes to like mint and chocolate shit, I don't care for the chocolate part. So I thought that was good, but it's not real milk. They probably use like powder or some shit.
yeah.
I had the my coworker like brought like sugar cookies from like the ones you see at like Walmart or like Target and all that.
Oh
like,
yeah,
in the
yeah, yeah.
register.
It's always like a light pale color. And
Yeah,
like,
depending on like
yeah.
it's like usually based on like the holidays as well.
Yeah.
And I remember like being addicted to those when I was a kid. And I haven't had them in years, so every time I'd walk by it, I was like, oh, those low key look kind of good. I kind of want one. And so I had a sugar cookie for the first time in like probably like over a decade at work. And I was like, oh, these were definitely a lot better to me. I don't know if it's just because like my taste buds as a kid, like these definitely tasted better when I was a kid.
Yeah, I haven't had those in a while either. I just remember like liking them, not only because it tasted good, but it was also like really easy to eat. Like it didn't crumble like a lot of like other types of cookies, which was nice.
They kind of crumble a little bit, not like a lot, but just like
Okay.
some crumbs. Yeah.
Yeah, but I haven't had one in a while too. Sometimes if I worked at a store that had sold them, I would be like, damn, those look kind of good right now. as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
Yeah.
So thankfully, because of that, every time I walk by them now at stores, I'm like, I'm not tempted anymore. I'm like, I know how they taste now. I remember they're all right now.
Yeah, and I think your taste buds do change like
Oh, definitely.
pretty regularly, and that's why when you like, let's say if you eat a lot of something and then like you just stop eating it for like months, you start to find yourself like not liking it as much when you eat it again.
Oh, really? I thought it'd be like the opposite. I thought it'd be like, oh, it's great. Because sometimes I'll have like a certain dish that we'd only have like once a year, and every time it comes back, I'm like, oh, it's so good. I miss this.
It varies from dish to dish. Like some food,
Yeah.
like sweets is an example where you might not like it after a while.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you eat like again like a sugar cookie, like maybe you liked it when you ate it regularly like 6 months ago, but now you're eating one now. It's whatever to you, or it's too much for you. It's
6
like
months
eating
seems
Gatorade.
6 months seems like a very quick amount of time, though.
Yeah, your taste buds kind of prepares itself and changes like every few weeks or something. It's not a very long
That's
time.
wild. That's wild. I didn't know that.
Every time I went to LeBron says every time I went to Baskin Robbins during the shift, I would always take a macadamia nut cookie. And it.
Oh yeah,
You
macadamia
deserve
nut
it, buddy.
cookie is, damn. I've only had some from Subways, but yeah, holy shit, that changed my perspective on like cookies.
Yeah, I used to drink Gatorade in high school all the time, and then now I don't have the taste for it anymore because every time I drink it, I'm just like, this is too much, it's too sweet. I just need I need a more low key flavor, like tea. Tea is like a much more low key flavor than Gatorade. Like, even if you put like the syrup and shit on it, more low key.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
they're
not.
fire, says Ragnar Blitz.
Yeah, I'm not a Gatorade drinker, but apparently, according to like the some of the second lieutenants that recently graduated from OCS, recommend like, yeah, you're going to be drinking that, or I will be drinking Gatorade at OCS just because trying to like get back all that like salt and electrolytes and all
Yeah,
that.
that's what
Yeah.
happened to me
Yeah,
too.
but that's the thing too. Like, when Gatorade was like first a thing, it was like a lot saltier than it is now. It's just like sugar, you know. So back then, Gatorade was actually pretty good because like it was salty, it was kind of sweet, and you get all the electrolytes you need for your
I
when you
switched.
do an
I
exercise.
switched to
Yeah.
Powerade for like a good minute.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still a regular old water dude.
I get the
I
blue
still chug
Powerade from
water.
McDonald's whenever I get like a soft drink. That's my go-to.
Which
Oh,
one?
I forgot that was a thing. I
Energy
always just
drink.
default to Coke.
I
Either
default.
get the Powerade, the High C, or like Sprite. That's usually my.
I get the sweet tea.
Yeah.
All right.
We're up. We're an hour.
We are
An hour
now.
indeed.
All right. So I guess we're gonna be transitioning to video games or dinner, one of the two.
I'm kind of hungry.
Probably.
All right. So, yep, we're back, boys, and we'll see you guys again in
We'll
another
see how long
few
this streak
weeks.
lasts.
We'll see you in 2 weeks.
Hey, 3 weeks. We're skipping the next two.
Oh yeah,
Oh
yeah, yeah.
boy.
We'll skipping 2 weeks and then come
Yeah,
back on the third week. You're right.
yeah.
Yeah.
We'll be back at some point. Okay. If you guys like today's podcast, we're live every Friday. Not every Friday. That's a lie now. Sometimes on Fridays at 6:30 PDT. Until daylight savings happens again. And if you want to watch us on YouTube, the links in the description below for whichever platform you want to know more about. But yeah, we're live on Fridays. Upload the episode of the day on YouTube as well. And we're on episode 75, which means that we're getting very close to 100, which is gonna be a pretty cool milestone at some point. If we ever get it before we all leave. But yeah. Uh, Other than that, I hope you guys had a wonderful time, and as always, I hope you guys keep watching and comment, you bitches. All right, whether you're watching live or on YouTube, fucking comment, because you guys always watch our fucking hentai videos. You guys don't see shit. Okay,
Yeah.
we want to know. We want to know that you're degenerates too.
Now we make a tier list of hentai, like the hentais we watch.
Oh shit.
No,
Oh shit.
that could be an idea.
That may be an idea, but I feel like it's like it only applied to like 2/3 of the cast here. Low key.
Oh no.
All right. I do have an idea for a special episode for our next episode, though. That way, we can change it up. This is our like getting back into the episode for like the 8th time. So yeah.
It's the 75th episode. It's so crazy. It's 3 quarters.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're getting close to 2 years, by the way, in like a few months.
That's when we quit.
Yeah.
We don't say
But
anything.
anyways, peace.
Later.
Goodbye.